Hi everyone, Catherine here from Inky Finger Cat, back with another of Martin's 30-day of Christmas card making challenges. Today's challenge is stocking surprises. Struggled a little bit. I knew I wanted to use the tidings and trimmings, but I also felt like foiling. Hadn't done any foiling for a while. So I have cut quite a bit of this bit out because obviously it takes a while for the glimmer machine to warm up, etc. But I have put some like satin gold foil down. I've then got my stamp from Tidings and Trimmings out ready to go for stamping the images. The glimmer has now foiled, so we'll watch the reveal of that. Here we go. Woo! Isn't it gorgeous? So for once, I just did that on the foiling. I didn't then go and foil loads of things like I normally do. I always, once I have finished though, is put everything securely to one side to cool down safely, so I don't hurt myself and I don't end up making a whole mess. But this is the point where I was like, yeah, now I've done that, which I really love, I don't really know how to use the stockings. So I decided to stamp them on a separate piece of cardstock. Now I do own the dies to these, so I could have then die cut out the shapes, but I decided I would fussy cut them, which I do again off screen. So I actually made this card over 2 different settings because I went and did tea and all sorts in the middle. But yeah, so I did fussy cut these out rather than doing die cutting because I just couldn't be bothered doing 6 passes through the die cutting machine because it's the same one die you have to use over and over. But you'll see here, I cut the first one out and then as if by magic, we fast forward several hours because I've had tea and all sorts, and all of my stockings are now die cut. Not die cut, fussy cut. But then I really don't know what I'm doing and I can't work out how I want it to be. So I ended up going and grabbing a stencil and using those same purpley colours to just go through this sort of snowflake. This is a stencil that I got with a card magazine last year, I think. If not last year, it was the year before. No, I think it was last Christmas. And so it's a really pretty stencil. It's just got 3 layers to it. And there's like, one half of it is like a full-on background and the other half is this sort of snowflake. It's really pretty. So the 3 colours of the purple inks that I've used are the Perfect Plum, the Rich Raspberry and, oh gosh, what's it called? Crush Concord, I think. I'm now going to have to look that up because I can't remember. No, Elegant Eggplant. Don't know where I got Crush Concord from. I've had these Stampin' Up! Inks for ages, and they are really, really pretty purpley colours. I just did the 2 stenciled snowflakes, and then I am going to bring in my duster just to bring the ink off that foiling, but I wanted to have something that would grab the ink so it didn't smear it in any way. And now I'm trying to work out what on earth am I doing with these stockings, and I can't work it out, so I decide this might not be a stocking surprise card after all. At this point, that's what's going through my head, but I do stick with it and try my hardest to keep to the theme and to keep doing this, because I didn't need to make another Christmas card for any other reason this week, and I just needed to do this one. So I have cut my panel down. I'm now going to create my card blank, and I'm going to create a long DL shaped card. I'm using I think it's actually Blackberry Bliss that I'm using, that cardstock. Again, it's just from the stash, but I'm pretty sure that is a Stampin' Up! Because it's good quality thick cardstock. And at this point, I think I'm going to stick them down the side. But then I'm thinking, oh, do I want to matte and layer it with another colour of purple? I change my mind and I decide no. And then I think, oh, could I stick 3 down each side? No, it looks too busy. So my theory at this point is I want to just give my little top layer a sort of frame, but I decided not to matte and layer it. So I just took a Perfect Plum Stampin' Right marker and just drew along the edge, and that created a nice little frame to it. I did decide to stick them all the way over to the left-hand side, that panel, and then I stuck my little stockings down, and this is me trying to work out how to cluster them, and I ended up just doing them flat. Again, it's quite a flat card, Straight onto the card blank piece there. And now I'm just going to cut myself a little insert to go on the inside, and then I'm going to stick 3 other stockings to the inside of the card. Because do you know what? I'd stamp them, I'd cut them out, might as well use them. Sometimes I don't, and I usually put them into a pouch and I'll use them at a future point, but today I wasn't feeling it. I was just like, no, let's get them stuck down. I then looked at this card I did add a sentiment on the inside as well from that stamp set that just said wishing you a happy Christmas, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I did keep looking at it. I did and ah what to do. I was thinking about whether to add gems, whether to add splatter, whether to add glitter glue. I ended up going and just adding 2 gems. This was me going through all of those gems and acrylic dots and stuff. And I found this one that had got 2 purples left, so I just chose to do 1 in each of those corners that were a bit barer, a bit more bare, is that a word? A bit plainer, and decided, no, I'm done. So I'm not 100% happy with this card in terms of, I love that joy panel, just those stockings just seem a little bit superfluous. But that's, sometimes what happens, your inspiration doesn't quite go with the flow, and I really wanted to glimmer, so that's what I ended up doing. I hope you've enjoyed this card regardless, even though if it was a bit faffy and a bit messy, probably took me quite a lot longer than it should do normally. Please subscribe to see future videos. Until next time though, thanks for watching and goodbye.